please raise your hand, identify yourself for Landry.
Hey, Landry, Zach Klein from Channel 2 here in Atlanta. AJ was telling us he never had a workout, never spoke to you guys. He was surprised. Just how did he get on your radar and end up going to you guys in 16?
Yeah, well, we've been covering him all year, and he's a guy that we had highly rated. Didn't really think he would be there at 16. We had a chance to speak with him in Chicago too. Had a great interview just about the right stuff, the values that we're going after, the character, the hard work, the work ethic that he has. We're very excited about what he can bring from his versatility to everything from a personality standpoint. Couldn't be happier about having him. We're really glad.
AJ is pretty young. He's 18 years old. Do you see him making an impact next season, or what is the plan for him?
We'll see. You're right. He's definitely young. He's got a great physical body. He can definitely shoot the ball, and he takes pride on the defensive end. So we'll see. Right now, for where we have him at, he's still got some development to do, as most rookies do, and we'll bring him along slowly. So we'll see in time.
I don't know how or if you're going to want to answer this, but
I don't want to answer it.
yeah, you often not only during but after the draft, there's trades. I mean, is there a chance that he's not going to be here next year, or are you definitely planning on him being on this team?
Are we talking about AJ right now?
AJ, yeah.
We picked AJ because we really like him. So our plan is to have him.
And then another question you're going to want to you'll probably be more vague about. How many balls are in the air right now? Is there any way in terms of potential trades and things that are going on, conversations that might have been happening tonight and today?
Yeah, I mean, look, the past few days, part of our job is, as is taking a bunch of calls and making a bunch of calls. But honestly, like right now, it's about these draft picks that we had, and it's about their night. So I like to keep it with that for sure.
I mean, I know you just mentioned that you want to keep it to the draft picks, but I got to ask about John. Where does the organization stand with John? Do you guys view him as a long-term piece for you guys moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, we have under contract for a long time. He's been a great player for us. He's done great things for us. So, we're excited about John Collins. Like right now, I'm sure as everyone has alluded to, you take phone calls, you make phone calls. It's just part of our job. We've been mandated to get better, and we want to get better. So it's kind of what I mentioned before, for sure.
Obviously, you mentioned his youth. We're talking about AJ. What areas of his game would you like to see grow the most? You mentioned his size, his shooting, his athletic ability, but is there one facet of his game that he needs to take it to X to be a regular contributor to you guys? Yeah,
apart from just the normal learning curve that most rookies go through on the defensive end, you set that aside, that will always be. For him, I think what's underrated is his handle ability, his ability to put the ball on the floor and make plays for himself. We didn't see that a lot at Duke, but throughout the pre-draft process, watching him in his pro day, going back and seeing some of the flashes when he was at Duke, like that's there. So if he can continue to develop that, he really opens up an arsenal of versatility for himself and for what we can do, with our team. And when the defense comes along, he utilizes that body and that wingspan. Sky's the limit for that kid.
With AJ's background, having a dad as a coach and him being able to spend some time with the Raptors back in 2020, it sounded like, how do you think that gives him a leg up as he comes into Atlanta?
I mean, it's a big leg up, to have that awareness, to have a dad that has been in NBA coaching circles. He's already kind of seen what it takes, and comes from a basketball family, so it's definitely going to help him in his development. I think it expedites it in a certain way, as long as he continues to work hard. He's going to be fine, but it's always a plus if you got familiarity with NBA systems and players and just the way the culture goes in the NBA.
Is that $2 million your signing bonus? And what can you tell us about your second round pick?
I've decided to spread it out amongst all of you for being so patient with me post draft. So congratulations. No. The second round pick, Tyrese Martin. What an unbelievable story. I'm excited for you guys to get a chance to speak with him. Another guy that from a character value standpoint, what we want to build here, we couldn't be more excited. Him and AJ are top notch in that regard. Tough kid, brings defense, also versatile as a wing, can shoot the ball. Hopefully we continue to see that be consistent as we continue on here. You know, he had a great shooting year last year. We want to make sure that that's going to continue, but from what he brings from an intangible standpoint on the defensive end, he's another guy just like AJ, where I think that the handle is a little underrated, and that's something that we saw in the pre-draft process that really grew. You know, at UConn, he played a great role, and that's really going to help us as we project a guy like that in the second round to possibly get in the pathway to play more.
Two questions. The first one is the plan to roster Tyrese, give him a standard NBA contract.
That's something we'll consider. I think we'll see what it looks like in summer league and kind of make that decision beyond that point.
And then with AJ, he's had a couple of pretty serious injuries in his career. Are the medicals okay for him? Is there any concern about that moving forward?
Yeah, we're totally comfortable with that. You know, throughout the draft, as we were kind of eyeing him and seeing where he would end up, we got with our doctors, we went through the medicals. They're completely comfortable with it, you know, and we have faith in what they do for us. So we're good there.
Anything else in the room?
Surprised that he fell to you guys a little bit. So what's those moments like, you know, for you and this first time for you being there, like, you know, picks 14, 15, and you kind of have your fingers crossed for the obviously number of guys you could have gone there. What was just that tense 10 minutes before you guys were actually on the clock?
I mean, yeah, I think every draft there's always that surprise that happens. And when you're the recipient of a guy like that, it's always good, right? So, you know, as we see him going further and further based off of our own projections, it's like, okay, well, this is getting interesting. So now we huddle up, we make sure that everything from the medical standpoint is okay. We look back and have a discussion about where he was at from, you know, from the draft standpoint, everything going up to that. So when you get a guy and you rate him that high and you're glad to get him at 16, like at the end of the day, it's a win. So it's exciting for us, very.
Okay, let's go out to Zoom real quickly.
On Zoom, we'll go to AJ from Hawks Fan TV.
Hey Landry, this is AJ from Hawks Fan TV. Haven't gotten a chance to meet you, so congratulations on the promotion too. So just wanted to ask you, was it any different experience going into this year's draft as you being the GM now for the team? Anything kind of want to shed light on?
Yeah. Hey AJ, thanks you know, for the earlier comments. You know, it's not my first draft. As you know, as GM, it's pretty similar in this regard. The past two seasons here, it was the same thing. So nothing was really new in this particular draft.
All right, anyone else? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. It was easy. Thanks, guys.